Hey everybody, welcome back to Awesome Autographs and More. David here with episode number 178. Today we're going to go through my TTMs that came in Thursday and Friday. It is now Saturday afternoon. Nothing came in today. The informed delivery said there was one in the mail, but it didn't show up in the mailbox, so I'm guessing that'll come on Monday. A lot of times what they put in the informed delivery doesn't show up for a day or two. So that's where we are. We have 10 TTMs. We have one return to sender. And we have an interesting oddball return, which I will show you and explain to you when we get to it. I kind of have these piled up here in some kind of order that they came in. But before we get to that, let's go over the memorabilia autographs that we have on display today. Let's start with this one here on the left, which is an autographed baseball of Mr. Chili Davis, which was signed at the National in Anaheim in 2010. Mr. Chili Davis. And on this side, we have former Baltimore Orioles manager, Mr. Earl Weaver. And this was also from the 2010 National. And up in the back, and I'll move my phone so we can see what's here. We have one of those 8x10 trading cards of Mr. Brian Leach, autographed. I have several of those hockey cards. Have a number of them autographed and have a number of them yet to autograph. And then over here, we have an autograph collector magazine cover, which I don't think they do magazines in print anymore, but I believe they're online. But that was autographed by Mr. Bob Feller. And that would have been in... It says it's a September 2002 issue, but the National would have been before September, unless September came out in August, which I guess is not unlikely. So they may have been handing those out at the National in August before the September issue hit the stands. So that would have been signed at the National in 2002. So that's 23 years ago. And that's what we have today. I didn't get a chance to get through and dig out any of the big stuff, which there's not as much of anyway, so we won't have those every video for sure. But our return to sender is Mr. Derek Brown, former NFL player. Obviously, this was returned undeliverable and took about 37 days to get back to me. Mr. Derek Brown, not going to be in my collection anytime soon, apparently. Okay, now for the TTMs. We have our first TTM, which is a former Major League Baseball player, Mr. Ken Gerhart. I have this 1988 Topps ×2. An autographed card of a bat and an autographed card indicating Baltimore. And that is Mr. Ken Gerhart. Next up, Excuse me. Another former League Baseball player. This is a 2 of 2 success. He put the cards in penny sleeves here. Mr. Jack Armstrong. And this is a point for Battle of the Teams. I think that's Texas, yeah. So we have one Cleveland card, which is the 1990-something Upper Deck. I think that's the 92 with this logo up in this corner. And then we have this Top Stadium Club, which, you know, let's say that's like 95 maybe. I don't remember exactly. Mr. Jack Armstrong. In addition, he added a note. Thank you for your interest and for the donation, which I did throw in a few bucks. He doesn't have a specific price, but if there isn't something thrown in there for him to give to charity, he doesn't sign. So you have to throw, you know, again, whatever you're comfortable with, at least a couple of bucks, and then he'll sign for you. Next up is another former League Baseball. In fact, I think these are all from Thursday. I think they were all baseball. Another former Major League Baseball player. This is a 5 of 5 success. Not quite sure why I put 5 in here, because I'm usually limit to 4 unless it's somebody whose fee warrants 5 to come up with a rounded number. But we have Mr. Terry Leach. Mr. Leach played from 1981 to 93 for the Mets, the Royals, Minnesota, and the White Sox. Here we have him with the Mets. I think that's Kansas City, Minnesota, another Minnesota, and a third Minnesota. So we didn't get a White Sox one out of this batch. What was I thinking? Unless I already have one, which is possible. Okay, next up, return. Another baseball return. This is a 3 of 3 success. In 55 days, Mr. Bob Milacki. 1990 Leaf, 91 Fleer, and 91 Upper Deck. Or maybe 92. I think it might be 92. I'm not sure. Mr. Bob Milacki. Now, next up, we have a 5 of 4 success. Former Major League Baseball player, Mr. Bob Aspromonte. And there he is with the Dodgers. Houston, Colt 45s, and another Astros card, or an Astros card. And, oops, sorry guys, I was off camera a bit there, so I'll run through them again quickly. And this autograph card. So we had there Mr. Bob Aspromonte. In addition to my 4 cards which I sent, I got back this on his stationery, notepad stationery, I guess. To David, Bob Aspromonte, number 14. Definitely counts as an autograph in my book. And then this other return. So I use these, whoops. Yeah, well. I use these little stickers on my return envelopes. I have different colors, and the color indicates what sport it is. And in this case, there's a C on there indicating that this is one of my requests that I sent out for the Battle of the Teams. Now, I saw this in the mailbox. Cool, another point. The back of the envelope. It came like this. Whoever it was from forgot to pull the little strip and said envelope is empty, and was empty when it got here. So somebody got some autographed cards from a Cleveland player that I have no idea who it is. If I could figure it out, I would send out another request, maybe like in 3 or 4 weeks. Because obviously presumably anyway, they put the cards in. It's postmarked San Diego, and I actually have like 5 or 6 players that I sent to who could have been postmarked in San Diego. So I'm going to wait and see what comes back. If all 5 or 6 of those comes back but one, then I'll know which one this was. But and given the fact that you try to make it as easy as you can, and they don't even think to pull the tab off and seal it. But anyways, interesting story if nothing else. Now we're moving on to Friday's returns. And first up, we have an NHL player. This is a 4 of 4 success in 24 days, Mr. John LeClair. Mr. LeClair started out his career with Montreal, played for them for about 5 seasons, and then went on to have a major career with Pittsburgh, and then closed out his, Philadelphia, and closed out his career with Pittsburgh. He played from the 1990-91 season through 2006-2007 season. There's another one of my 93 Leaf cards, or in hockey's case, 93-94. And we have sent to him, this was probably my at least 3rd, maybe 4th. It's kind of interesting that he switched colors on that last card. It's a cool card, though. I really like that one. Okay, moving on. We have our only NBA return today. And this is a 2 of 2 success in 17 days. And it's a 2 of 2 success because I literally only had 1 card of his. Mr. Todd Fuller. I really thought this was a cool card. Looks great autographed. The reflection is kind of tough to show up on the screen here, but in person it's really, really nice. Great looking card. Definitely a card I would look to get others of to get autographed as well. And then in addition, he signed my autograph card. So that is Mr. Todd Fuller. Next up, we have a former baseball player. This is a 4 of 4 success in 16 days by Mr. Floyd Rayford. And all I had of his were 2 1986 Topps cards. And then we sent 2 autograph cards, one of which he signed very nicely on the front, and the other of which he opted to fill out on the back. So much for that. I don't know why he did one on the front, one on the back. Kind of strange in my mind, but oh well. Next up, I don't think I missed any Cleveland points here. No, just Jack Armstrong so far. The next one here is another point for Cleveland for Battle of the Teams. We have former Major League Baseball player, Mr. Mark Lewis. And he was a 4 of 4 success in 12 days. Mr. Lewis played from 1991 to 2001. Cleveland Indians. He started with Cleveland Indians. Then went on to play for Cincinnati, Detroit, San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. All of which, Cincinnati, he played 3 seasons. Everybody else, it was just 1 season. But I opted to go with all of the Cleveland cards this time around. He was, 5 seasons with Cleveland, his first 5 seasons. Last for today, but not least, is a 5 of 5 success in, God, if I could only read my own writing, 18 days. From former Major League Baseball player and former Red Sox player, Mr. Reggie Cleveland. Here we have him with St. Louis, Boston, Texas Rangers, Milacki, and a nicely signed autograph card. Mr. Reggie Cleveland. And that is it for today. That closes out this week. Thank all the autograph. Yeah, oh God, the brain's not working today. I ran this morning and went to the gym. Yeah, does me in. Anyways, thank you to all the athletes for signing our cards. Thank you guys for watching and listening and putting up with my babble. And please over here, hit this like button. Over here, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. And you can ring the bell to determine future notifications of upcoming videos. That's it for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.